Montgomery County is one fun place, as you can see. If you like doing it, you'll likely find it in our county. See what I mean on the newest edition of The Park Show, coming up next on County Cable Montgomery.
Hi, and welcome to The Park Show. I'm your host, Kelli Holsendorf. Well, the calendar has flipped to January, which means it's time to think about the rest of 2008. What are your plans? Do they include looking for a place to hold a wedding, meeting, or party? Look no further. The Parks Department has lots of spaces and places to meet your needs. In today's show, we'll explore those rental facilities, from full-service event centers to the small activity buildings near your local park playground. Did you get engaged over the holidays? Then you won't want to miss this show. But before we take our tour, here are this month's park headlines. Let's start with some really exciting news. For the first time ever, the Parks Department is offering the chance for one lucky high schooler to be a star right here on The Park Show. It's your opportunity to write, interview, and host this very show. The competition is open to teens. Just come to one of our open auditions. Entry forms, instructions, and audition dates are available on our website. The winner will work with us over the summer in all elements of television production and be on set to tape in July and August. Teens, if you've ever wanted to try a career in television, this is a great opportunity. And who can resist backdrops like these? Speaking of winners, I can't let this moment go by without giving a shout out to our production crew. The Park Show won the 2007 Gold Medal Award in video production from the Association of Marketing and Communication Professionals. Thanks to all who work on the show, as well as the Montgomery County Council, which provides our funding. Thanks again. Any tennis players out there? Then you'll be happy to hear that the renovations on the Cabin John Indoor Tennis Facility are complete, and the game is afoot. Check out the new reflective ceiling, new fluorescent lights, and the lobby facelift. The Wheaton Indoor Tennis Court renovations, however, are still in progress. The nearly $2 million renovation will include a state-of-the-art bubble, energy-efficient lighting, and brand new heating and air conditioning. For updates and to sign up for play, check the tennis websites. And finally, summer camp signups begin on January 10. Choose from tennis, ice skating, hockey, soccer, baseball, nature studies, or archaeology. One of the most popular offerings, Week in the Park Day Camp, lets your kids get a little of everything. Most camps are available in 1-week increments and full or half days. Working parents, we can accommodate early and late drop-offs too. Sessions run from mid-June to the end of August. For more information, go to parkpass.org or check the guide. Okay, so I told you we'd learn more about our event and park activity centers, but I didn't tell you we'd be taking an up-close and personal tour, did I? Come with me. I'm here at Brookside Gardens in Wheaton. This is the main visitor center and the site of its reception hall. Brookside is one of 4 event centers we operate here at the Parks Department. The others are Woodlawn Manor in Sandy Spring, The Lodge at Little Seneca in Boyd's, and Rockwood Manor in Potomac. Each one is unique and available for weddings, parties, business meetings, or other special events. Brookside is one of our most popular sites and unique too because of things like this, the cool leaf chair, our friend Mr. Frog. In addition to the facility, you get access to a premier 50-acre public garden as part of the package. Let's head down to the conservatory and find Leslie McDermott, who can tell us more. Thank you for joining us on the Park Show today.
My pleasure.
So earlier today, I was up at the Visitor Center and I saw the fabulous reception hall. What other great places are there here at the Gardens for people looking for an event center?
Aha. Well, we have got it all, whether you're talking about a birthday party, a business meeting, a memorial service, a wedding, you name it. A garden is just it's a wonderful, magical place for an event. We have, up in the Visitor Center, as you mentioned, in addition to the reception hall, we also have classrooms or event rooms that you can rent for smaller functions like a business meeting or a smaller party if you don't want something as large as the reception hall. And then outside in the garden, we have a number of different outdoor rooms, if you will. In and among the 50 acres that we have, there is also room for tented events if you'd like. So it's really whatever you're looking for, whether it's a small function or a large function, we can cover that for you.
So what types of groups do you usually rent to? Who do you see coming through the doors?
That's a good question. We get a lot of business meetings that happen here, community meetings. We often lend our space to some of the community groups, chamber functions. The Montgomery County Public Schools will hold some programs here, some training programs. And private events that I mentioned, parties, memorial services, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, anything like that, plant society shows and sales, and of course the weddings.
I'm sure nothing beats a wedding at Brookside Gardens.
Oh, that is magical, it really is.
How many weddings do you think you guys see a year?
We have on average about 75 to 100 weddings.
Wow.
Yeah, and there is a wait list to get in, believe it or not. I know that for 2008 we were already 75% filled. So there's about a year's waiting list to get here to the gardens, and it's a very popular place.
And what's the cost of a typical wedding at the gardens?
A 1-hour ceremony in most of the garden areas would be about $650. If you're talking about having a ceremony and a reception, that would be a 7-hour event, and that includes the caterer's setup time, your ceremony, your reception, and then the caterer's breakdown time. So a 7-hour event in the reception hall would be about $3,000, but that also allows you a 1-hour ceremony in any one of the gardens of your choosing.
Very reasonable.
It is.
And I know some people might be concerned that the Parks Department has a no alcohol policy at a lot of our smaller activity centers, but at the event centers, is that true? Is that the same? Is that the case?
No, as long as you're renting the facility, or renting one of the gardens and you have a caterer, we do allow beer and wine and hard liquor, but no red wine for the stain factor on the carpeting.
The outdoor spaces. There's some gorgeous outdoor spaces. You mentioned them. What are some of your favorites?
Some of my favorites would have to be the Fragrance Garden, because that is just, well, that's the most popular, and it's also the largest venue that we have. But for smaller weddings, I love the Japanese Tea House. That's a very private, intimate place. The Anderson Pavilion is also beautiful. But personally, I think the Rose Garden in full summer is one of the prettiest places.
And we're here in the conservatory. Do you rent this space too for weddings and different events?
Yes, we can. We can hold smaller ceremonies here and small buffets or cocktail parties. And those are in the evening after the conservatory closes for the day.
Well, thank you so much, Leslie, for all the great information. With all the space filling up so quickly, I guess I better find a fiance quick, huh? Next up, we'll continue our tour. Our next stop is Rockwood Manor in Potomac. Now we're headed to Rockwood Manor in Potomac. It's on MacArthur Boulevard, and it is gorgeous up in that part of the county. So, welcome to Rockwood Manor, the only Parks Event Center that offers overnight accommodations. I'll take you around in a sec, but first, let me tell you a little about its history. It was owned by a local businesswoman, Carolyn Coy, who built the house in 1920. After she died, she and her husband left the 90-acre estate to the Girl Scouts. It served as a National Girl Scout camp until 1976. Then some of the land was sold to home developers, and 30 acres went to the Park and Planning Commission. Here we are in the lobby area at Rockwood Manor, and they recently upgraded the furnishing, so it's brand new furniture, a comfy couch, new carpeting, and coming soon, a new paint job. The space is fabulous looking and great place for a party. Let's check out the Hoover Room. Imagine this space all decked out for your event. It also makes a great place for a business meeting with breakout rooms right next door. There's a gorgeous chandelier and a brand new fireplace. And what's really nice about this room is it overlooks another room below, the Rapidan room. Check this out. right off of the Rapidan room, which we're in right now, are the bride and groom changing rooms. Of course, the groom's room is a little bit smaller than the bride's, but that's apt. This room is great too because it's light-filled, a brick floor, which would make a great dancing spot. It's really nice space. The groom's room for changing before or after the wedding. The bridal room, which again is a little bit bigger for changing. It's a comfortable space. And both rooms have bathrooms, private baths, which makes it nice too. The bride and groom changing rooms are also part of the overnight accommodations, which can be rented separately. There are 10 total overnight rooms at Rockwood Manor, 5 rooms in the Manor House, the main house, and 5 in the Skyview Lodge. I'm sitting in Brook Hall on the lower level here at Rockwood Manor. It seats about 100 presentation or lecture style and about 50 to 60 around tables. It's a great gas fireplace there and beautiful wood beam ceilings. And the double doors open to a patio and small garden. As I mentioned, Rockwood Manor also offers overnight accommodations like those in Skyview Lodge and 3 other dorms just a short distance from the Manor House, the main entrance here at Rockwood. To rent Brook Hall here at Rockwood Manor for a typical conference or meeting for an 8-hour rental will run you about $525. A Saturday wedding for about 7 hours with access to the manor and all the grounds, $3,500. And a 2-day retreat with meeting rooms, guest rooms, and the dorms, about $6,000. Woodlawn Manor is another historic home that was acquired by the Parks Department and now serves as a rental site. It is located at the intersection of Norwood and Lay Hill Roads in Sandy Spring. Constructed in 1800 by the Thomas family, Woodlawn Manor combines the past with the present. Period furnishings decorate the rooms while a modern catering kitchen is available. This site is listed on the Maryland Inventory of Historic Properties. It's located on 82 beautiful acres that include scenic pastures and historic farm buildings. Up to 60 guests can be accommodated inside the Manor House. Outdoor events for as many as 200 guests take place in the gazebo garden or on the 5-acre lawn behind the manor, which provides a space for tents. Typical rental cost for a Saturday night is $1,500. So next up, we're going to the lodge at Little Seneca. Come on, this is one of my favorites. Hey folks, I'm here at the lodge at Little Seneca where they're setting up for a party. As you can see, it's a great space for an event. It seats about 120 and you get this fantastic fireplace too. Like our other facilities, this one comes with a catering kitchen too. The fireplace inside is obviously a focal point, but during the warmer weather, the fields out back here are also a major attraction. There's plenty of room for tents and recreational activities, which makes it the perfect place for family reunions or company parties. A midweek business meeting costs about $500 to rent the Seneca Lodge. A Saturday night affair runs you about $2,000. So that's it for the full-service rentals here at the Parks Department. Again, they are Brookside Gardens in Wheaton, Rockwood Manor in Potomac, Woodlawn Manor in Sandy Spring, and the Lodge at Little Seneca in Boyd's. No matter if you want a full-blown wedding or an intimate gathering, we have the where. Just check the website for more information. Now, if you don't need the whole shebang and are looking for a place to hold a smaller event, consider our park activity centers. These are typically the buildings in neighborhood parks. Most feature a multi-purpose room and a kitchen and are often used for kids' birthday parties, scout group meetings, civic and neighborhood meetings, and clubs of all kinds. What's great about them is the fee. A 4-hour rental at, say, Meadowbrook and Chevy Chase will run you about $75 during the week and $150 on weekends. For rental information, just go to parkpermits.org. So sadly, our tour for today has come to its end. Thanks so much for tagging along. I'm Kelli Holsendorf. I'll see you right here next time on The Park Show. The Park Show? I can't, what? Oh, I'm Kelli Holsendorf. Okay.